men are so simple to satisfy in a relationship. They only need 3 things in order to be happy: sex, respect, and to be left alone. That's it. That's it.
You want to know what this video is proof of? It's proof of how horrible it is for men in this world. You know why I say that? Because as simple as that list is, they still can't do it.
Women are replaceable. As men, we go out of our way to ignore the absolute worst qualities in a girl, simply because we don't want to convince ourselves that a life without her is better than a life where we get to sleep with her. That's really the only thing that makes a breakup particularly hard for men. Men can do a lot on their own, and even more with the help of their boys. But the fear of having to find a new girl who's willing to give you honest physical affection on a regular basis is so daunting to most men. Here's a secret though. Often when you're imagining your ex, you're thinking of all the good times because those are the times that you wish you could go back and relive. But if you sat down for just 5 minutes, you could create a list 3 times longer of all the things you hated about her. I promise that's true. And that one exercise will launch your breakup recovery into orbit, because you'll now have a tangible reminder that this girl was nothing more than someone with both good and bad qualities like every other girl out there. So stop idealizing a woman just because she satisfied you physically. I'm sure she was great, but I'm also sure the next girl will be way better. Trust me.
Wow! The land of make-believe!
I think like having so many options isn't necessarily good for everybody. I think it's like having the option to do everything you want doesn't necessarily mean you'll be happier. Sometimes it can make you quite confused and you get distracted, and I know I experienced that in my life. So I know that like if feminism gave women all these options to do whatever they want, but I don't know if that actually leads to life satisfaction, having too many options.
Most women are undateable, and because of this, you are going to struggle with women. You are going to struggle with dating. This is what you have to understand. This is why, you know, as much as you try to max out your looks, as much as you self-improve, you will still run into problems. You will still run into women that are not worth dating because they're just there to waste your time. And understand that finding a good woman is very, very rare. We are now in an age where the average woman is not a good woman.
There's nothing more repulsive to a woman than neediness in a man. That is the most repulsive trait, is to be needy. But the problem is that phones and text messaging and all of that stuff just ignites this kind of neediness in people. And like everyone is like this to a certain extent at this point, not just in relationships. The very fact that the other person has their phone on them at all times, you feel like you're entitled to their attention all the time because they have on them the means by which you can get their attention, right? But you aren't. I mean, you can't just barge in on someone at all hours of the day, relentlessly, whenever you feel like it, and expect that they'll drop everything they're doing and respond to you. It's insane. But it's an insanity that, I mean, you're in good company, because like most of the country, this is how they operate. If they send a text message, they expect an immediate response. You know, I frequently get text messages and I don't respond to them for days. I treat text messages like they're letters, and I'm living on the frontier in 1835, and the mail comes by horseback every 4 months.
Why don't women ever approach? Women never approach because women don't have game. Video over.
There was this video I saw that I actually wanted to stitch, but it was not possible to stitch the video on the app. Anyway, whatever. It was this woman saying that like her friends, whenever she gets into an argument with her man, her friends will tell her like, so what, girl, like curse him out, like who cares, whatever. And she's like, I can't do that. Like my man will literally hang up the phone on me. Like he's not going to allow me to disrespect him. He's not going for that. Like I can't do that. And I just want to say, like, I am not that friend. I am not the friend that's going to encourage you to curse your man out. I'm not going to be the one that's like, girl, F him. Like, let's keep it pushing. We don't need men. Like, come on, we can do our own thing. Like, I am not that. I'm not that. I'm not a feminist. I'm not a woman who is supporting the divide of women and men. Like, I'm not into that. Okay, I want people to be in love. I want people to have good relationships, and I'm going to give you the best possible advice as my friend that I could give you. If you don't want to hear that, that's up to you. But I'm never going to be a city girl. Like I'm just never going to be that. I'm never going to be that type of person who is going to tell you something that can negatively impact your relationship just because I'm just telling you what you want to hear. Like, and that's a problem. A lot of women are around women that tell them what they want to hear, not what they need to hear.
Leave women alone.
That's all you had to say, honey. Look, fellas, here's the reality of life, right? Life is like a sports game. Everybody wants to be playing in the game, but you got two different people right now. You got people who somehow got in the game, they somehow became a player, but they're playing defense the whole time. Then you have some people who aren't even in the game, or on the sidelines, wishing they could even just touch the field and play the game. And, you know, you got to figure out which one are you. Most of us are one or the other, right? There's very few, less than 1% of men out here that are actually like in the game playing offense and scoring points. And we're watching like, how do we go score points just like them? You got to just say, you know what, bro, I got to be aggressive with it. If you on the sidelines, figure out how you can register for the game. Once you register for the game, learn how to play the game so that you can start scoring points and not playing defense. You playing offense, right? If you're in the game, if you somehow found yourself in the game, you're making content, making money, all right, figure out how you can win the game. Figure out how you can score more points, right? This is all a game, and you have to figure out how to play it. Stop watching other people play it and be good at it and become good at it yourself and be the best player you could possibly be. That's what I'm gonna tell all y'all. And we all need to do this because at the end of the day, the game's getting harder and harder. Difficulty levels are getting up. And we need to level up our skills to be able to catch up with that. So with that being said, lock in, get right, get your physical right, get your mental right, get your spiritual right, get your financials right, so that you can be that overall 99 player in the game. And everyone's scared of you. Nobody wants to play against you because you dominate. Y'all got it, man. We all got it. Let's get it.
A red flag if a girl has a high body count?
Yes, of course it's a red flag. Are you ladies just going to keep asking this question over and over until you get an answer you like? And I'm a guy who has never asked a girl her body count. But if I'm with you and I find out that you got a high body count, yes, that's going to be a red flag. Not just because you've had a bunch of dudes up inside you, but because none of them wanted to keep you. Oh, and I know my comment section is about to be full of women saying that ain't what happened. Maybe we didn't want them. Then why did you let them fuck you? And if you're going to try to respond to that with, well, I liked him enough to sleep with him, but not enough to be in a relationship with him. That's fuckboy behavior. That's being a fuckboy. That means that you're saying you fuck people you don't like. Think about that. You want to talk about red flags? Fucking people you don't like just to fuck someone. That's fuckboy behavior and a red flag. And you know who taught us that that's a red flag and fuckboy behavior? Surprise, surprise, ladies. It was you.
Women will say they want a nice guy and then go date a bad boy, for example. They say they want commitment, but then they'll have a one-night stand with some guy at the bar. What women say and what women do are fundamentally two different things. I'll repeat that again, one more time so it sinks in. It's very important. What women say and what women do are two completely different things, and you should be paying attention to what she does, to her actions, to her behaviors. They are a far greater, far more trustworthy indicator of what actually attracts her, what actually turns her on, what she actually responds to. So pay attention to that instead.
They want validation. They want a handsome man with money, good digging stick, and a man that can manipulate their emotions. And what I mean by that is put her emotions through a roller coaster. She want her emotions through a roller coaster. And once you understand female nature, it's very simple. It's very simple. They like chaos. They like drama. They don't like no boring, stable dude until it's too late. That's just what it is.